good evening, dear students, all the ISC students. Okay, so in short, I would like to say that from the Tempest, character of Prospero, I think, is quite important. You need to know the character of Prospero. Okay, so the interaction, the deeds, and other characters, whatever deeds, the characters, they are all manipulated by Prospero. Remember that. Okay, so some of the deeds of the other characters, the interaction of the play is manipulated by Prospero. And so it is found that Prospero, he buried his magic books, which he prized above his dukedom. Okay, so he neglected the government of his state, which was his first duty, and gave an opportunity to his wicked brother Antonio, okay, to go to look after the throne. So Prospero has achieved then this supernatural power. How? By means of his continuous study of dealing with magic and sorcery. So his magic continues to be important to him even after he has attained supernatural power. Okay, and his mantle and his staff, those are also very important to him till the very end. So you need to know this. These are the points. Okay, Prospero. Okay, so it is by his power of magic that he controls Ariel, who is the spirit of the air. He controls the numerous other spirits, and it is the very opening scene. He has caused a storm on the sea. So we find that Prospero does not use his supernatural powers for any evil purpose. His magic is not black magic, but it is of the holy or the religious kind. Do you get it? So his magic is not black magic, it is of the holy or the religious kind of magic, and he exercises his magic power. Why? To bring about, very important part, to bring about a reform in the characters, okay, of whom? Of the evildoers and the sinners. So by his supernatural powers, Prospero placed his enemies in such a position that they feel deeply repentant of their misdeeds, that they are repenting. Yes, why we did this and all. So Prospero's character is there in what sense? That is supernatural powers. Okay, Prospero placed by his supernatural powers, he placed his enemies in such a condition, in such a position. And then we find also Prospero's love for Miranda. Okay, that is perhaps the most striking aspect of his character because as a loving father, what is he doing? He is giving his daughter and account of his past life and the injustices which he had suffered at the hands of his own friends. And so his love for Miranda is unbounded. So, and then he assured her about that the passengers will be all right and all. So, similar kind of affectionate nature, okay, is shown in his dealings with his brother Antonio. He loved his brother Antonio only next to Miranda. Okay, so Prospero's final attitude towards the enemies who had driven him out of Milan is the real key to his character. Remember that. Prospero's final attitude towards the enemies who had driven him out of Milan is the real key to his character. Because in the island, when Antonio is brought before him, he forgives him readily. To Ariel, he is a loving and very considerable master. So it is Prospero's forgiveness of his enemies that really gives him what? A godlike quality. So though his power is unlimited, okay, he uses it to a what? His power is unlimited, but he uses it for a noble purpose. So besides wisdom has given him a calmness, serenity. Okay, so if Prospero sometimes seems autocratic, he ultimately managed to persuade the audience to share his understanding of the world. He shares that. So he creates a great impression upon the minds of his mind by his nobility, by his dignity, okay, by his divine spirit of forgiveness. So, and his generous, sympathetic nature. So, because reconciliation, that is forgiveness. So, his main part was what? To make those people realize their faults and let them regret. So he didn't intentionally create it to cause any harm to anyone. The tempest. Okay, that is the main theme. So that is the main part. So if the question comes in the form of the theme, that is forgiveness and reconciliation, and if it comes prosperous character, how he dealt with the matter, so this way you have to write. So you write the total of across prosperous things, that what was his actual motive. Okay, then one more scene is quite important, is the mask scene. So mask, it is a short piece of dramatic allegory, okay, which provides opportunities for music, song and dance, as well as the exchange of spoken dialogue. So characters in a mask, they are generally what? The characters in a mask are generally gods and goddesses, okay, of an ancient mythology. So mask in the Tempest begins in which act? In Act 4. Okay, and it appears with the appearance of Iris, the goddess of rainbow, and also the official messenger of Juno, that is the wife of supreme god Jupiter. Then we find that the mask scene, the structure of the Tempest as a whole is generally influenced by what? Mask. And for this reason, the whole play may really be regarded as a means for the presentation of what? A spectacle, a view. Song and dance as a means of conveying a light meaning as well. Okay, so it is a very majestic vision. So the mask gives, what is the purpose of the mask? The mask gives the momentary vision of a world without problem. It gives a momentary vision of a world without problem. So Marx is totally dependent on Prospero, and so when he begins to lose his awareness, he forgets the immediate action needed to return to the real world. So the mask provides the bridge for the action of the play to move from magical island back to civilized one. Magical island, from that to back to civilized Milan. So the mask has provided a what? A musical quality as well as a fairy tale quality to the play. Mask scene. Okay, you read the mask scene is quite important. Okay, then Act 4 scene 1 also we have, like if it comes in the form of Act 4 scene 1, so there's opening of the scene. Okay, that is the marriage, the betrothal is complete, and Miranda and Ferdinand's future has been determined to Prospero's satisfaction. Okay, then a mask is presented at the suggestion of whom? King James I, to celebrate the marriage of his daughter. Similarly, Ferdinand and Miranda have been introduced to represent the royal groom and bride. So in this supernatural, what you call this atmosphere, okay, the supernatural atmosphere is reinforced with what? With the presentation of the mask. And the comic elements are also present. What are the comic elements? Like you see Stefano, Trinculo, Caliban, they are drunk and wet. Both Stefano and Trinculo, they are attracted, okay, with those wet garments, those gaudy garments hung upon a line. They forget their own evil plan, okay. Whatever plan they have, they forget that evil plan and remain very busy in collecting the worthless stuff. Then there is a wonderful passage of poetry spoken by Prospero, which reminds that the mask with all its heavenly creatures, the mask was what? With all the heavenly creatures. Actually, it is not real. Like the mask, life will also come to an end. And Prospero reminds Ferdinand that each man's life is framed by dreams. His comment on Caliban's character is also Good. And so Ariel serves Prospero and makes arrangements for the presentation of the mask. So Ariel is an instrument through which what happens? Through whom Prospero fulfills his will. So Ariel is an instrument. So the punishment that Prospero tries to put upon the what you call those people includes no severe injuries. This mild punishment reflects what? Prospero's godlike nature and his willingness to forgive his enemies. So these are the points, okay, students, you need to know. To forgive his enemies. Godlike nature, forgiveness, reconciliation. Okay, that is to make them realize that they have made some mistake. So this tempest, it has many themes including reconciliation, forgiveness. Okay.